In the ghost town of Fallas, Lincoln County, Oklahoma, we met the former postmaster, Alva Hall. Matt and I had been to Jerusalem, the cemetery, that is. And what our bodies needed most was a bug-killing hot bath, but we stopped at a couple of houses to ask the way to Fallas Cemetery. Onyx Gold. The red dirt road to Alva's house turned out to be the old main street of Fallas. That's F-A-L-L-I-S for you people with Purian minds. Population today about 25, but it's still had a fire station and a community center, recent buildings that once shining tin, now dull in the twilight's last non-gleaming. Prominent too are the remains of the school, also made of brick, crowned with a broken cupola above 3 large rooms now trashed by teenage troglodytes. There are the banal ghosts of the pervasive electronic present in which history itself, not to mention the cosmos, is lost. Yet I cannot mention cosmos without thinking of the grave of Harriet Long in Jerusalem, a work of art whose love of color recalls Babylon, the great images it inspired in the book of John the Revelator. That's the way the name comes back to me, courtesy of Blind Willie Johnson. Harriet Long's marker asserts 2 facts. On June 29, 1892, she was born with a capital B. On March 8, 1971, she passed with a capital P. And the rest is the long withdrawing tide of silence whose latest manifestation is Alva saying, no blacks here. God gave white folks these hills and hollows. We know what Harriet dreamed of, for her stone intones the tale. Not a stone, but poured concrete. Portland, could it be? With the writing incised by nail. Into the soft cement marbles have been, I'm sorry, I didn't read that right. Into the soft cement, marbles have been pushed. Bright yellow, blue, green, jasper, and the red stones of Sardis. African, Egyptian, with the sun, moon, and stars. The firmament of our earthly life is a box or jeweled casket, starred round the sides and bottom with eyes that stare at us. We came back the next day accompanied by an Oklahoma thunderstorm, good only for a couple of hours, but plenty to turn the roads to a red clay mire. Matt's oversized 4-wheel drive ATV with his truck tires could handle the roads, and we had 3 sets of written directions to shame the GPS's navigator, which couldn't find Fallas Cemetery any more than Alva could. After slithering around an hour, collating our written directions, halfway up a hillside, we came across the sign, Fallas Cemetery, 1893, right by the side of the road. There had once been a road into it, now grown up with post oaks and barred by a gate. Another vision of the earthly paradise, this one fresh with plastic flowers, placed this past Memorial Day. If Emily Dickinson could love March because his shoes were purple, we could love late June because hers were red. I felt sorry for Matt's vehicle, though, with his running boards coated with red clay, which we tracked into the formerly spiffy interior. Not to worry, Matt says. I'm going to have it detailed. Detailed? Well, says I, we better go tell Alva the good news. It was 5 p.m. and Alva was drinking. He used an anonymous coffee cup, which he kept on his armchair table, no bottle in sight. The moonshine has a distinctive smell, not anonymous to anyone who's ever smelled it. It also showed up in an added vehemence in his speech as he corrected our hand-drawn map, pointed out other neighborhood glories like the old Katy Depot, which we could easily reach with a 5-minute drive. As we had approached his front porch and knocked, I'd heard the plaintive mewing of a sick cat. The sound came from a hollow in a camphor bean tree that grew hard by. had attracted the attention of Alva's two weenie dogs, front porch Rin Tin Tins, one brown, one tan. I thought of checking on the cat, but Alva was already inviting us inside. But now we heard the renewed excitement from the weenie dogs. Alva had a way of pronouncing weenie dogs. It sounded to my unsteady ear like winter dogs. God damn those winter dogs, he exploded. And we all went out to the front porch to see the action. The cat had come out, bedraggled with dog slobbers all over its gray and white fur. It wobbled as it tried to walk. And the winter dogs were in full ardor, attacking with quick nips which bowled the cat over, then retreating in memory of earlier encounters with cat claws, or maybe just scared of their own temerity. In this case, they had nothing to fear. This was one very sick cat. It didn't even try to defend itself. We watched a minute, figuring how long the cat would survive, and grasping the dog's peril, since the sickness could be contagious. "Goddamn winter dogs!" Alva would yell in a drill sergeant's voice, stamping his booted foot, which bought the cat about 10 seconds reprieve before the dogs attacked again. "Alva," says I, "you got a very sick animal here. You better put it down." Needless advice, since Alva was more steeped in country ways than I was. I'd left decades ago and he was still here. But I figured the corn liquor might have affected his responses. "Hot damn right," he says, goes back in the house. I'd seen the 32 on his coffee table already. He may have stopped to freshen his coffee cup, for by the time he came back out, the cat had wobbled his painful dog-slobbered way out to the street, which made for good shooting. Here lies the cat now on his side, and Alva's going in for the kill. First he stamps and yells at the winter dogs. Then he goes into a stiff-legged stance with both hands gripping the pistol about 3 feet away from the cat, and he fires. I won't say he missed, but if he hit the cat, it wasn't in a vital spot. I will say that the gun made a bigger bang than I had anticipated. Maybe it wasn't a 32, but a 38, which seemed to me overkill for a coffee table gun. But what did I know about country living? What I did know was that, amplified by the perfect silence of Main Street and Fallas, it was loud as a thunderclap. Alva sees that the deed is still to be done. He repositions himself, this time bending his knees and bringing the barrel of the gun to within 2 feet of the felled and still squirming cat. He sights carefully, gripping so hard his knuckles gleam. Oddly enough, at this prime moment, I'm not paying attention. I'm thinking of Harriet's marbles. I played the game as a kid like any red-blooded American boy. I can still feel the marble hard against the knuckle of my thumb as I squat to shoot, fist in the dirt. Paws and aggies have been found from days as far gone as 4,000 years ago. Was Harriet quitsies when she quit the game? Was she keepsies when she died? Hand tight on the grip, Alva is about to fire again. This is what it means to knuckle down.